Why worship workout? Maybe a bigger, better question is why faith and fitness? Because for a long time, I think I compartmentalized the two. I understood fitness. I'd spent decades in the field, understood discipline, movement, behavior change, wellness, mindset, motivation, what it takes to help people become stronger. And then I came to faith a few years ago. And over time, God began showing me something that I had missed for 5 decades. He wasn't working to throw everything away that I had learned my entire life. He was asking me to surrender everything. There's a difference. I began sensing God saying, look at what I've already put in your hands. Fitness, movement, encouragement, understanding the mind and the body, and now faith. And that's when I started thinking about worship workout. I started asking simple questions like, could a workout become worship? Could I create a space where women weren't just coming to work out to shrink their body or punish themselves for what they ate the night before or chase somebody else's idea of what fit means or looks like or prove how strong they were? What if movement could actually become a way of honoring God? What if strengthening the body could also happen at the same time we were renewing our mind? What if we could worship, pray, breathe, move, laugh, connect with other women, and actually leave feeling filled, grounded in God? That's worship workout. And it's not just a fitness class with Christian music playing in the background. That would be easy. But worship workout is about creating a space for God to work while we move. Yes, we exercise, we stretch, we strengthen, we work our hearts, we breathe, but we also slow down enough to pay attention. What's happening in our mind? What are we carrying into this room? Where are we striving? Where are we holding on tension? What lie have we been believing this past week? What is God asking me to surrender? Because I don't believe God created us as fragmented people. We don't have to have a spiritual life over here and a physical life over here and a mental and emotional life over here. It's one life. I think many women are exhausted because they've learned to function while being disconnected from themselves. They might love God, but they're tired. They're faithful, but overwhelmed. They're getting things done, but inside, something's still unsettled. I know that woman because I've been that woman for most of my life. I knew how to push through. I knew discipline. I knew achievement. I know how to keep going. But God began teaching me the transformation isn't always about pushing harder. Sometimes it's about surrendering more. Sometimes it's about allowing Him to reveal what's happening within us, reset what's become misaligned, renew our minds through truth, and begin the lifelong work of being restored in our mind, body, and spirit. Fitness is not just ultimately about a physique. Strength has a purpose, yes. Health has a purpose. Our bodies have a purpose. And movement can become one more place where we can practice gratitude, discipline, stewardship, presence, and surrender. Worship workout started with one small yes to God. I didn't have a complete ministry plan. I didn't have anything in mind. I simply sensed Him prompting me to take what He'd already placed in my hands and use it differently. And that little yes became another yes, and then another yes. Today, when women gather for worship workout, my hope is not simply that they leave having completed a good workout. We do, but I hope that they leave remembering who they are. I hope they leave stronger, yes, but I also hope they leave lighter, more connected, more peaceful, more aware of God, and maybe more willing to listen to what He's asked them to do on their own. What's their next yes? Because worship workout is ultimately faith in motion. We worship, we move, we breathe, we reset, we remember who we are in Christ. That's what worship workout is. And that's why, for me, faith and fitness were never meant to stay separated. They are integrated.